Multiple choice. Many schools and colleges employ multiple choice testing, not only for entrance tests, but for end-of-course examinations. In some countries, such as the USA and former Soviet Union, such tests are virtually the only form of academic evaluation. But multiple choice tests arouse dramatically differing opinions amongst supporters and critics. The former swear by them, while the latter are resolutely opposed. Let's start with what is not disputed. A multiple choice test is one in which the student is presented with a number of alternative answers, usually between 3 and 5, and asked to select one, or more than one, according to the rules of the test, which answers the question. It is also agreed by all sides that these tests are easy to mark, as there is one acceptable answer, and no skill or judgment is required by an examiner. Indeed, many multiple choice answer sheets are optically scanned and marked by computer. It is for this latter reason that supporters describe these tests as objective. The answer is simply right or wrong. It does not depend upon the ability of the student to express himself or herself clearly. It does not depend on how harsh or lenient the marker is. It is not subject to how tired the examiner is or their mood that day. Multiple choice tests are therefore, say supporters, efficient and fair. What of the critics? For them, almost everything about multiple choice tests is anti-educational. They stifle initiative and force students to think alike. They encourage closed minds. They foster the fallacy that there is always a right answer, and only one right answer, to life's questions. Critics scoff at the idea that true understanding and subtle appreciation can be tested in this way, and ridicule the simplicity of multiple choice questions with such examples as, was Shakespeare a great writer? Yes, no, maybe. They also, more tellingly, point out that so-called distractor answers, the wrong ones, can mislead unwary candidates, and they claim that students who have been coached in multiple choice techniques do better in the exam, regardless of their actual level of knowledge, than those who have not. Research has proved a candidate will inevitably score 20% if there are 5 answers, and 33% if there are only 3, by simply circling A every time. Fundamentally, critics say these tests give the illusion of objectivity only because it is easy to count whether candidates picked the right answer. The questions themselves may be flawed and simplistic, however, so this may not reflect anything of actual value, such as a student's knowledge, understanding, skill, or perception.